Pumpkinhead betting. It's costing you success. Take the head off. What are pumpkinhead bets? These are bets that are usually made after several losing bets. They are a lot larger than your previous bets and usually a lot bigger than what you've bet in the previous day, week, and even hours before you make a pumpkinhead bet. They are killing your bank, and not only that, they're killing your confidence. Lose the pumpkinhead today. How? With the TDR staking software, you get your bets under control and start enjoying the hunt for profits and a growing bank. What does TDR stand for? Well, the T stands for target. This is a target betting software. The D stands for profit delta, which is a little added profit that we add to a losing bet. And the R is for recovery. So this is a target recovery staking software that has a delta profit after a losing bet. Why don't we just pop the bonnet and see it in action for yourself? Okay, so once we've opened our software, this is what we're greeted with. This is the premium TDR software. Here we have our plans, and when you open it, first off, there won't be any plans there because you make the plans, and this just scrolls through them as you list them, as you keep them. So you can keep a plan for whatever you're betting on. If we load this plan, this is for USA horses. We put in number 2 here and load this plan. This is for the UK racing. Plan 3, what have I got there? I've got Australian greyhounds. And you get the idea. So we've got basketball, put in number 6, load AFL. So these are all the different plans that you can put in. And it means when you're having a bet on the AFL last weekend and you open it on the Friday night, then your staking and all that is continued on down here, so you don't have to worry where you got up to, you just continue betting. So for example, if we go to number 2, load this plan, UK racing, it tells us here that we're on the second bet down here and we've got a recovery of 42p that we've got to win back in order to get our targets. So if, for example, with the events details, you don't need to put anything in, but you can if you want. So if we put in air and the price is 350, because it's a UK based race, we know the Betfair commission is 5%. We just click on 5 and the 5% comes up there, or you could put in 5 if you wanted to. So we know where the race is, we've got the horse, it's paying 350 and we're using it on Betfair. So we push go and it tells us here that we've got to put on 64p in order to make our target profit of £1 or $1 and $1.10. And it tells us our profit delta is 0.1 or 10p or 10 cents. What that means is after a losing bet. So it doesn't happen on the first bet, but if the first bet loses, after that, the profit delta is added to each losing bet of 10p. So that means basically if we have 7 losing bets, instead of just winning our £1 or $1, we're going to win £1.60 or $1.60. So that's where the profit delta comes in. I mean, you can have the 0 if you want to, but just by adding a profit delta, it means when you get a winner that you're just getting a little bit more percentage for those losing races that you've had until such time as you've hit a winner. Okay, so it tells us there. So we put our bet on. The software doesn't place the bets. You just go into, if you're betting with Betfair, obviously you'd have 5%. If you're betting with the bookies, you would have 0 commission. And it works all that out for you so that when you do get the winner, you do get the target that you've been aiming to get. So after the race, you've got a choice of pushing the L button or the W button. If the horse wins, you push the win, it comes up target achieved. So we've made a final profit here of £1.10 or $1.10, and it just tells us the working outs down below. So we click OK, and then we revert back to our starting base. Target says 0, but it is carrying the unit that you already had in there. So we've got another race coming, so we know it's 5%, which is at Brighton. And the price is $3.95. commission is 5, and we put go. Tells us what we've got to bet 36p in order to reach our new target, which is a new series starting again at 1. So the horse loses, we push in the L, and all the working outs are continued for us. Go back to Chepstow. We need to put the commission in, and Chepstow horse is paying $6.95. Go, and it puts in what we need to bet for our next bet, and so forth and so on. If you're doing the Australian racing, so we'll just that horse lost, so we save this plan, and let's have a look. If we go to 3, load this plan, Australian greyhounds, we're going to have a bet on the greyhounds. We're up to bet 2 already. It's carrying losses through there. So this is where the other good feature is that comes out with the software. So we're going to be betting at, say, Cannington, and you may be in the UK, you don't know where Cannington is, you don't know how to put the commission in. Australia has got very many different commissions judging on what state the race is in, and also what sort of race. When I mean sort of race, I mean Australia, horses or dogs. So for example, we're going to be betting on the greyhounds because this is our greyhound one. We tick greyhounds, and we don't know, for say we don't know where Cannington is, we click on the greyhound tracks, and we can see here that Cannington is in WA. So we close that. So we go to WA, and if we click on WA, you can see now it's put in the commission, which is 8%. So WA greyhounds are at 8%. So that's done. We put in the price, which is $3.75. Click go, and it tells us we need to put on 69p on the next, or 69 cents on the next greyhound at Cannington, the one we're betting at $3.75, to give us our target that we need after the second race in the series. The dog wins, for example, we click win, target's been achieved, and it tells us that we made $1.32 or £1.32. And then we can continue. The next race might be at the Meadows. We don't know where the Meadows is, so we go into greyhounds, find the greyhound track. Greyhound track, the Meadows, is in Victoria, so we can close that. So greyhounds, we click the Victorian button, and it comes up with the 7% commission, $3.75. The target is 0, but the target has still been set as what we originally had it set. So if we push go, it'll tell us now that we need to place 39p or 39 cents in order to win our £1 target. And that's telling us what our final profit will be if this dog wins. It loses, so the losses get carried over. We've decided we've had enough playing of greyhounds for the day, so we save this plan, and when we come back later, that plan will still be carrying this losses over. So we know in our Australian greyhounds where we are, and when we strike a winner, doesn't matter, 5, 6 bets down the track, then we would have won our profit, and also our profit delta if we're running one. So it's very straightforward. The software does not place the bets, it just tells you how much you need to place. Of course, if you're using a bookie or TAB, then you click this button here, and there is no commission obviously on those ones. And then we've got the 5 if we're doing just UK or Australian sports, it's all on 5% commission. Then horses and dogs, we've got this here for Australian racing. And the plus, what's the plus mean? If I put the plus on here and then I tick behind it or bring something else up, say I'm on the TAB, then I can bring it up and I can have a look at the races, and my software, the staking software, doesn't get hidden behind something. So if I bring up this race here in Scone, I can have a look and see what the price is and that are, without having to worry about my software disappearing. So if I was going to bet on Magic Stand, I can see it's paying 81. So I could do all that in here without having to reopen the software because I've got the plus button ticked. The minus button ticked means if I click on the background, the software disappears. Okay, it doesn't stay on top, so I want it to stay on top. That's all you need to do. So that's how it works. And the other thing here is the help button, and that gives you what all the buttons are that we've just been going through. And for more details, there's a user guide that you should have downloaded. You can download once you download the software. Okay, so we can get rid of that, and there's our software back again. So that is how the premium TDR software works. So in summary with TDR Premium, let's see. You can run 20 separate betting plans. You can use bookies, exchanges like Betfair, or you can use the TABs if you're betting in Australia and South Africa. You can use it in any country, so if you're in the US, etc., you can use this software, and you can use it on any betting markets. It sets the exact Betfair commission for the Australian markets just by clicking a couple of buttons. It will give you the exact commission that you need. And it gets your betting in order to make profits. This is a software, but it's not a betting bot. It does not place the bets for you. It gives you the amount that you need to place on the information that you put into the software. And it does need Windows-based computer for it to run. So without further ado, thanks for watching this short overview on TDR Premium, and we hope that you see enough merits to add it to your betting, and I think you'll find that you'll have a lot of fun and increase your profits when you put some order into it that TDR Premium gives you. Thank you.